What is going on, YouTube fitness family? We have a bodybuilder slash influencer tier list based on whether Greg and I would want to switch physiques with them. So this is super interesting. It's not based on, okay, what, like how good is their physique? It's like if we would want to trade physiques right now with that person. The Trend Twins.
Ooh, I'll let you go first.
I'm losing a ton of brain cells like from the neck down. Jeff Nippard.
This is Jeff Nippard. I would trade physiques with him if he had no legs.
We're gonna go down by tier. So S tier for us would be like, we don't even have to think about it. We're hitting the button. We are switching the physique right now. No thoughts given to the decision. A and B would be, we would have to really think about it, but like A, we're still definitely going with. B, we're gonna do it just because after some thought, we wanna have their physique more than our own. C is basically break even, and we could maybe do it, maybe not. We wouldn't be upset about it if it got switched, but it probably wouldn't be our preference. And then D is be pretty upset that it got switched to their physique versus our own. And then F would be just like, you're pretty bummed.
And I gotta know, we're cutting out the face here, right?
Yeah, face is no. We still have our own.
From the neck down. It's not a smash or pass.
It's not a smash or pass.
Okay.
All right, starting off hot with our boy, Sam Sulik. I have my thoughts on this. What do you say?
I'm gonna go with the C level. I'm definitely not switching physiques right away. It can't be an A or B. A C, it's like, it's still good. I don't want to trade physiques though.
I think for me, it's C teetering on D, and I know it's gonna sound crazy to you guys. I just don't think he's got a lot of things that I look for. Like, you know, I'm really big on legs. Definitely gotta bring up his legs, but I think that if I were able to take over his physique and change his training style a little bit, I think I could make something really great out, because he has great structure in terms of like decently small waist, pretty good muscle bellies, but for right now, I'm not happy with the like one-on-one trade.
I'm surprised you didn't give him a D or an F. Yeah. Because you've got like 50 pounds more muscle in this guy. Although he's very lean, I think that maybe keeps him in shape. But imagine an off-season Sam at 25% body fat. It would not be very appealing.
Yeah, so I'm between C and D on that one.
All right.
All right, next we have Noel Diesel.
Noel Diesel, okay. I'm giving him a C. I wouldn't trade with Noel. Although he's bigger and taller and has more muscle than me, I'm not a fan of that specific look. I'd more go for the classic physique type of bodies, and he's not it for me, so I'm not trading.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I have very similar mass to Noel, and I think I just have a little better like structure and muscle bellies and a little bit better flow to my physique. And for those reasons, I think a lot of people would trade with him just because he's got so much muscle. But for me personally, since I kind of already carry that, we're about the same weight. I'm a little heavier than him, I think, at the same amount of conditioning level with a little better flow, a little better legs. For those reasons, I'm probably gonna be a D there.
All right.
Derek Lunsford.
S plus for me. I'm trading it in a heartbeat. Derek has so much size, so much muscle, the small waist. To me, he embodies exactly what like an open class bodybuilder would be. He is the Mr. Olympia, and so as a guy that's trained my entire life to build muscle, this is what I want.
I mean, he's Mr. Olympia. I'm an open bodybuilder. I think it'd be such a disservice to not either give an A or B. The reason I'm gonna give a B, it'd be a little bit hard for me to swallow going from 6'1" to about 5'6".
He's my height, so I'm seeing him trade for me.
It's just such a hard like pill for me to swallow. I think it'd be a C. Like I would not be mad about it at all. I'm like literally Mr. Olympia level physique, but I'm also like literally a lot shorter than I am right now. And
we thought height mattered for girls, and now we got a guy that won't be the Mr. He wouldn't trade physiques to become the Mr. Olympia champion because he'd lose 7 inches. Think of it. How does the height matter? You're the Mr. Olympia champion. This is your dream. But I think
it's because like, and Phil, my videographer, attests this, like one of my favorite things to get when people meet me in person, they're like, wow, like you're even more impressive in person. Like you got that Mr. America look, you're tall, your hand, like I think that for me would be so hard, like just to wake up and be like 6 to 7 inches shorter. It would be tough.
Imagine being 6 or 7 inches shorter and with 50 pounds less muscle, and then you got Greg. Because Derek's
I would do that
240 at least shredded. Man.
Well, we didn't ask about Coach Greg, but that was a whole different story. I love your physique. All right. So Chris Bumstead.
We're trading Chris.
Yeah.
The classic physique champion. That's
dude, it's like it's height, it's aesthetics, it's even in the off season he looks good. It's
even
just,
with his dad bod, he's still we're still trading with the dad bod.
Yeah, right. It's not even a question.
It's too obvious. Obviously we were gonna switch S on Chris.
All right, we've got the Trend Twins.
Ooh, I'll let you go first. I think you're going to give him a D.
I'm gonna give him a D. It's the same thing. It's like, are they even shorter than Derek? Or are they about?
They're my height.
Yeah, so it's
So 5'6". So you're getting less muscle.
I'm losing a ton of muscle. I'm losing a ton of brain cells. I'm kidding. You know, it's only from the neck down, but it'll probably like suck some brain cells out of me somehow. My body's filled with trends, so like my muscle mass is a lot of time is determined a lot off the PEDs I'm taking. I don't know.
A D.
I think a D.
Yeah, for the height factor for you. Now for me, the height factor don't matter. I'm gonna go with a B because I would say they have a better physique than I do, at least right now. Not maybe as in my prime, but for right now, they'd have more muscle than me. But they also struggle with being lean. Their diets are all over the place. They got some arms. They're stronger than me right now, quite a bit stronger. I do remember the old days of bench
that
pressing.
matters to you. Yeah, I forgot because you would automatically have their strength.
I obviously would want to trade with some other people quicker than that, but they still have a better physique than me right now, although maybe not as lean. And so I would probably trade with them. That's why I'm going with a B.
We got Mike O'Hearn next.
Mike O'Hearn, I'm going to go with a C. I'm not trading with Mike. Even though he's taller and better looking, the physique for me overall doesn't flow anymore. A younger Mike, it's an S. A younger Mike for sure, but at 53, is he actually natural?
I mean, you can't believe that at this point, can you?
I can't believe he's natural at this point. I'm not trading, especially what I would have to take to continue to have that look, and I don't want to train like him if that's what caught his physique. I'm not a fan of how he trains. I can't train with Mike.
Yeah, I have a ton of admiration for Mike's physique. I mean, you tell how much work goes into it regardless of what he's taking or not taking. To look like that at his age, the reason I'm gonna give it a C to D is just because his body's gonna catch up to him with the way he trains in terms of like just super heavy, low volume training. Like he does so much mobility work that I don't think I could keep up with. He does like 4 hours of recovery stuff a day. I think it's just a matter of time before I would break down if I just didn't do all those things, which I just don't have the time for. And I would just be aging my physique by like 20 years. So I think for me, it's a C to D.
There we go. We're on the same page, it seems. Okay.
We have next Ramon Dino.
That's right up there. I mean, I would argue that I would trade with Ramon before Chris Bumstead. Ramon has certain body parts I like better than Chris. I like Ramon's legs more than Chris. For me, I do. And I like the small waist. I like the size of the arms, the forearms. I like the biceps more than Chris. Chris, I like the waist longer, the vacuum that he can pull off. Overall, I think I would pick Ramon's Dino physique over Chris Bumstead's. However, Chris at 22, when he wasn't winning the Olympia, I would take that one first. So to a downsized Chris Bumstead, I'd actually prefer over the most muscle he has right now.
I think Ramon is one of the most aesthetic physiques on the planet. Just like when I was at the Olympia and just seeing him stand there on the side of the stage before he even got called out, you just look at him and you're just like, yo, like you're not even posing, you just look absolutely ludicrous. I think just walking around in his physique, it's just so amazing. Like I think the difference is like Chris is a better poser. He has more freaky kind of like standout like body parts, more crazy separation and stuff in his legs, his hamstrings specifically. I think that's what gives him the nod. Crazy lats, crazy structure. But I think Ramon, from just an overall flow perspective, it's unequivocal. I think it's just it's a S tier.
Yes.
All right, next we have, I'm interested for you to see, Wesley Visser's the recent.
That's an S+, top level, the height to start with. Now all of a sudden I'm not a manlet.
Yeah, right.
And the conditioning, the shreds of this guy, it's ridiculous. I love his physique. It's top level.
I think it's S tier for me as well. I think obviously I'd want to bring up the legs a little bit just based on the flow, but I mean, he's like Arnold reincarnated.
I would trade physiques with him if he had no legs. I would trade in a heartbeat. I would keep the board shorts on, and I'd be like, yes, I'm there, I made it.
I would never do it. I would never do that.
Oh, I don't need legs. If I can look like that in the upper body. How many of you guys out there are not trading with Wesley Visser's because he doesn't have as big enough legs? I don't think anyone is saying no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man, he's good.
I think it's the difference between like, I think it's just when I'm still a competitive bodybuilder, I think once you get past that, you think you don't care as much.
You have to see him in person, like I'm interviewing him like with the mic here, and it's just like, he's got like your size, but like stupid detail. If you get lean like that, you're getting pro card easy. There's no denial. Right. You get like, that's a shredded guy, it's crazy.
All right, Andrew Eubanks.
For me, Andrew Eubanks, and this is with the face cut off here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a D. He's not as big as I am, he's not as lean as I am, but he looks great. But I think if you cut his head off, he's a very attractive guy. If I could trade bodies and face, I'm doing it. But without the face and just the body, it wouldn't be quite there.
I'm the same way. I think he's a tremendously good looking kid. I think he's just, I'd lose so much muscle, so much height, I think I would just be a little miserable.
I'd actually be gaining in height. Alex is better looking than me and has probably a better physique overall for what women would want, but for what I personally want, it's not. I've worked too hard to get this much muscle and to do this, and I'm not just going to trade bodies with somebody just because they're more attractive than me.
I feel like I don't want to spontaneously just start crying either. Just like out of nowhere, just feel like God's been so good to me and so forgiving.
Bro, I'm gonna start crying even talking about it. Because I know, bro, like how unworthy I am. You know, when you understand the type of love that God has for you, that it's not a...
Sorry,
We're
I had
good.
to do
We're
it.
good. We're good.
All right, Christian Guzman.
Christian Guzman, I'm giving it a D.
You don't get his assets for
It's
the
a
trade
D.
either.
I don't need his assets.
You definitely don't need his assets.
He's a D for me. Christian Guzman has an above average physique. It's not natty. I called him out on it. I know he's been the fake natty for a long time. He's actually come out and said it. And I don't know if directly, but he's admitted, I'm taking stuff to get this physique. Typically, he's 25 pounds overweight, and then he diets hard for a show, and I would argue that he's not doing so in a safe way. Mentally, I've seen him have difficulty making videos, and so I'm worried for his health. It's an F. I wouldn't trade with him at all. Based on what I've seen him doing recently in the last year or so in videos, I would not trade with physiques, mentally, physically, none of it.
All right.
I would not trade lives with him, even though he probably has more money than me. I'm not trading physiques with him to get all that.
Money isn't everything, and I think, just from a strict physique perspective, just being 100% objective, I just don't think that he's just he was such a great fitness influencer, and I think he has an above average, let's say 60th, 70th percentile genetic potential or physique, especially when he was natural. But I just don't think for our aspirations, it's just where we'd want to be. So
yeah, and if your guys are thinking, oh, you're shitting on this guy, it's no, it's for we have accomplished a fair bit. Christian Guzman is obviously better built than 99 point whatever percent of the population, but just for us being objective and looking at all these other names, he's on the lower end of the scale.
all right, Bradley Martin.
Oh.
I was curious about this one.
Man, Bradley Martin. I'm going to give it an A. I probably would trade with him because he's a freaking beast. He's a tank. He can jump out of the pool. He's strong. He's tall. Good looking. I think, I would have to trade with him. But it's not a right away thing, but I think, how could I deny it? Now, I asked him to do his body fat percentage and he said, no, I'm not in the shape I'm in. So I don't think I'd want to trade mentally being where you're nervous about that. So to me, I don't want to trade bodies with somebody who's not overly confident with how they look all the time. He's full on sweater, jogging pants. I'm like, is he happy with his physique?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't want to trade physiques with somebody who's not happy with how they look, because then am I going to not be happy about it?
I mean, I think that's obviously interpersonal. I think a lot of people, if you were to trade Bradley Martin's physique with them, would be through the moon, over ecstatic about having his physique. They'd walk through the door every single day being super excited about it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's an indicator. I think it's more of, obviously, he's kind of moved out of the fitness realm, not done as much serious training. This one is a really tough one because you said it's so.
There's no way you're trading with him. You're bigger than him, leaner than him.
Yeah.
You're maybe not quite as tall, but
I'm maybe an inch shorter than him.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C to D just because of those reasons. Just because I'm at the level I'm at. If I was myself at 21, I'd be easy, give me an A, S or A. But
absolutely.
It just has to do with the level I'm at. Jesse James West.
I'll go with a B for Jesse. He's not as big as I am, but he's got a great physique. He's got great abs, and he always looks good. I'd have no trouble. If I looked like Jesse, I'd be pumped. He's 20 years younger than me, so I'd probably go with an A or an S. I'd rather be 20 years younger than have this much muscle. But yeah, he's up there. He's got a great physique, especially for a guy being natural. It's very impressive.
I think for me, just the downsizing would be really hard for me from a height and a weight perspective and the amount of muscle I hold. And that's the only reason. I think most people would switch with Jesse. He's got such a great physique. It's very, like you said, he maintains it very well. It's natural. He's probably performing at a very high level from let's say liver, kidney, heart health. So from a health perspective, he's tremendous to switch with. I think just for me, the pause would be probably this, the downsizing would be really hard for me. So probably a C or D. All right, Will Tennyson.
Will's physique is slightly downgraded from Jesse, so it'd be pretty close to the same score. Will is impressive, but not quite at Jesse's level, not quite as lean, also natural. So, I mean, an amazing physique, but I'm not going to trade with a guy that has never competed before.
Okay, next.
He's never competed.
Yeah, next we have Vladislav Galigan.
Oh my God. I'm trading in a heartbeat. This woman, you see the muscle and the shape on this woman? I'm trading. Remember, it's not.
Did you buy her book?
She has a book.
Yeah, she has like a little like boudoir kind of like.
I know she had an OnlyFans. She has an amazing physique. It's one of the best physiques for a woman in the world. I'd like to trade in there for a bit.
For what are you doing with yourself?
I don't know. I think we could talk about this on TV. But yeah, she has an incredible physique, and I wouldn't mind having that physique at least for a little while. Maybe not forever.
This video is about to go in a weird direction, so let's move on.
It's not smash or pass, is it?
It's not.
Okay.
All right, let's go. We had. For some reason, we have another woman on here. We're gonna switch that, split that, because I think it would be the same answer for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go The Rock next.
The Rock. Oh, I'm gonna trade with The Rock for sure. S Rock physique. He's 6 foot. Well, is he 6'5"? Probably not. He's probably 6'3".
6'3", 6'4".
284 pounds. He stated he was, and he actually found a way to get his abs back. And we see him train for WrestleMania. And all he has to do is do like 2 plates aside on the bicycle leg press, some 30-pound walking lunges, and look like that. I'm trading with The Rock. He's 284 pounds shredded, single-digit body fat, and he does 11 to 16-minute workouts doing giant sets. I want The Rock. Plus, look at the guy's smile. Sexiest man alive.
Well, you don't get his fucking head, Greg. When are you gonna understand this experiment?
Even without the head, I'm still there.
Like Greg's absorbing like people's mental issues, people's drug addictions.
It's like that show Heroes.
People smile. I'm like, Greg, it's literally, come on, think about it.
Have you watched Heroes?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like that. You absorb the power of the people, and
all right.
I'm there. I'm The Rock. I'm an S.
I'm a C to D. Again, I'm a D.
He's old for you.
I'd be aging myself like 20 years. I'd downsizing I know the legs are like a weird fetish thing for me, apparently, but I'd be downsizing my legs. I don't know. I think for me, it's
at 48, you're trading with The Rock, but not at 30.
No.
You know, you got too many good years left.
Yeah. Jeff Nippard.
No, this is Jeff Nippard.
This is an F for me.
He's one of the only people in the world on YouTube that's actually shorter than me, so I can't get shorter. That's an obvious no.
I've seen photos of him like next to people, and it's like diabolical. Like he looks great by himself, but and don't get me wrong, Jeff, if you watch this, I have a huge appreciation for you. We've messaged. I think you do great stuff for the community, but am I trading physiques with you? No, I'm not going to.
And he does have a great physique for being natural.
Amazing.
It's very impressive. But he's not actively getting any bigger. He's not improving really.
I'll probably cry myself.
He's a bit shorter than me.
Yeah.
I don't need to be any shorter and have less muscle.
All right, last one. We've got Larry Wheels.
Larry Wheels?
I think you're taking it every day of the week. He's strong as hell. He's tall. He's got a crazy amount of muscle.
All right, you've convinced me. I'm giving him an A. It was an S+. He has one leg that's not as good as the other, and he has that bicep tear, but it's still, even despite all that, it's still way better than I am at everything. I may as well take it.
I think for me, it's such a close call. I think it's like teetering between a B and a C. I've worked out with them a decent amount. I think for me, the strength would be super fun, but I don't really have any like goals of strength, so I don't think I would, even if I had it, I think just knowing his injury like potential, I wouldn't do it anyway. Like you wouldn't see me be like getting Larry Wheels' body and the first day I'm going to try out like a 675 pound bench press. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'd be like, oh, this is kind of fun. I could do like 450 with crazy tempo, but like, what's that really going to do for me? So for me, it's a C. It's kind of a break even. Like I wouldn't be upset if I woke up tomorrow and I was Larry Wheels. I wouldn't be like,
I think you
over
would.
The moon.
You don't have the legs, and that's a thing for you.
Yeah, I think that's
he's
the other
weak
thing.
On the legs. His upper body is there. His back is tremendous.
Back's crazy.
And he's super strong.
Yeah, so I think it's for me. It's kind of a break even. Like I said, I wouldn't be like crying, but I wouldn't be like over the moon.
I should almost bump him up to an S just so I can have a voice like that. Yeah, exactly. He's got that deep masculine voice, the opposite of the Coach Greg voice.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can't have it all, Greg. You got the good looks.
Imagine if I was 6 feet tall. Be game over.
It's already game over, Greg. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are not already using HCLT supplements, honestly, we're about to go work out after this. And before that, we're going to take pre-workout 2.0. I'm definitely going to take some Turk Plus. As a reminder, I've got bundles on the website. You get huge discounts by buying my specific bundles that I use on a daily basis. So go support the channel. We're putting out better quality content than last time. So I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video.